Okay, so first thing you need to do is make sure that your machine is set up correctly. For applique, you always need to use a zigzag stitch, so then you don't get your fraying around your fabric, so the fabric doesn't start to undo and fray. So the zigzag stitch keeps it much neater. So you need to make sure that you change, depending on the machine that you are using, the stitch pattern to make sure that it's zigzag rather than straight stitching. Once you've done that and the machine is on and ready to go, you're ready to place your work in. I would start at either end of your applique, depending if you're right or left-handed. Once you have gone in, put your needle down as always. Make sure your foot lever is down at the back so it's keeping your work secure, and then you can place your foot onto the foot pedal and start to sew. As soon as you have started to stitch your applique, you must press the reverse button to reverse off the stitch to make sure that it does not unthread, so it kind of acts like a knot. So once you have stitched a couple of seconds, you're going to place your foot back onto the foot pedal, hold the reverse button down, and it will just go backwards for about 3 seconds. And then you carry on stitching. The machine does it for you. You do not need to push your work through the machine. You are just rotating your work round and making sure it's stitching in the right place. If you come off your applique for any reason, take your foot straight off the foot pedal, turn the hand wheel towards you so the needle is down, lift up your foot lever, and you can then rotate it if you have come off your rotation, okay? If you have actually come off your material altogether, you can lift up the needle and actually just move it back onto the line that you wish to sew, needle back down, foot lever down, foot onto your foot pedal, and you can carry on stitching. When you get to the sharp corner then, you take your foot off the foot pedal, make sure all your threads are away from your machine so they're not tangling up. Turn your hand wheel towards you so the needle is down, lift up your foot lever, and you turn your work around. Foot lever back down, foot back onto your foot pedal, and you carry on stitching. So remember, the machine only stitches from front to back, so you must change the rotation. You must make sure your needle is down so you do not lose your position and have to then do another reverse stitch. Make sure your foot pedal is down, foot lever, is down at all times to secure your work so that it does not get threaded or tangled at the bottom of your bobbin. When you're ready to go, foot back onto foot pedal, and then you carry on stitching. You need to keep a steady speed where you feel comfortable. You should not have your foot down on that foot pedal straight to the floor, otherwise it will be way too fast, and not only could it be dangerous, but it could also ruin your work. So find that steady pace and keep to it. Once you've finished your shape, you've gone all the way round, take your foot off the foot pedal and you want to do the reverse stitch again at the bottom just to knot it. So 1, 2, 3, take your finger off the reverse, go back to the end, take your foot off the foot pedal, use your hand wheel to lift up the needle if it's already in your fabric, lift up your foot lever at the back, pull your thread so the thread is nice and long, and then you can use the cutter at the side of the sewing machine or a pair of scissors to cut your thread off. You must make sure this is nice and long for the next person who uses it, and then you will have your finished applique sample. But you can take the pins off, place the pins back into your pot, and then you can place it into your book.